Uncrewed aerial systems or drones are disruptive technology that are reshaping industries worldwide. Drone use is increasing rapidly, and it's my mission to make drone science entertaining and accessible. Before we start, I want to share something that can transform your drone program. We've worked with over 50 enterprise programs and found the exact factors that separate struggling operations from those that deliver millions in ROI. We've put these insights into our free Enterprise Drone Program Maturity Assessment. It's a $2,500 value. It's designed to show you your program's maturity stage, reveal your top 3 quick wins, and give you a roadmap for growth. Don't miss out on this free opportunity. The link is in the description. Hey everyone, it's Jason San Souci with the Do You Know Drones podcast. This is episode 9, micro podcast, live from the Commercial UAV Expo in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the final day of the conference, and you know, it's kind of been a decent time. I am honored to have a distinguished guest. I have the president, founder, co-founder, Grand Poobah, CEO of Delta Advisory Group, and fellow Academy grad, Bill Daggett. Bill, welcome to the show.
Fired up 2001.
Oh, $2,000. How do we stand? Okay, there we go.
Thanks for having me. It's I'm excited to be here.
Truly my pleasure. Hopefully this is an enjoyable 10 minutes of your life. So I have one question. Look, there's a lot of things going right in the industry right now. Like, it kind of feels like a rebirth, a little bit of a second chance now that BB loss is happening. The VCs probably wished it would have happened 15 years ago, like we told them that it was gonna. But that being said, we are where we are now. However, I'm glad everything's going right. Look, man, you can look around. There's like 3 times the number of people. There's like 100 new exhibitors. Like it is popping. This is a good time.
Absolutely.
But what's still going wrong?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're going to actually have a panel about that here at 1:00, where myself, Bobby Skakaki, Dan Fuller, and Nate Ernst are all going to sit up and talk about trends that we've seen and why companies maybe aren't successful in the drone industry. You know,
wow.
Yeah. So
I will be there for sure.
Yeah,
so some foreshadowing.
Yeah,
let's give our listeners and viewers something to think about, because they're not going to be here.
Right. I think one thing that is still going wrong is companies are positioning themselves not in the current regulatory environment, but what they see it's going to be. And we've been around long enough. You know, how many years do we wait for the proposed rulemaking for 108? How many years do we wait for 107? 333 was 2 weeks away for, I think, about 36 months, give or take. So if your revenue model is based on what the regulations are going to be, I would caution you to be careful before you start betting your house on it.
I think that totally makes sense. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that people, we literally stood up this new company primarily to talk about that, because people are doing things at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. There are sort of defined enterprise program stages and things that you should do to be successful in these stages at each stage. And if they're just an ad hoc program that are throwing things together and they're operating at a more than defined stage in a certain area, then it's going to fail. And we've seen it over and over and over and over again.
Yes. And those are only the public ones we know about.
Right.
You know, how many private ones?
So many.
You showed, like the show this year. I agree with you. Higher attendance, better energy. It feels like about 10, 12 years ago when investment cash was starting flowing, only that investment cash is more mature now because it's been burnt a lot some weren't as successful, but it's tough to put a word on it, just how it feels different this time.
Try though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So
yeah. Damn it, Bill.
Yeah. To your question of where are people going wrong, I would say, because we have this new resurgence and interest in the industry because of everything in the Ukraine and throughout worldwide, how it's really fun to see technology and regulations catching up with people's good ideas that we heard about 15, 20 years ago. And where they're coming to the point that there's actually a pathway to sustainable revenue, either with the government or in the commercial sphere. People still, I think, forget that just because something's new to them doesn't mean it's new. For example, how many years did we see the title, "This year is the year for cargo drone delivery in the U.S." I think I read it for about 12 years.
Isn't that headline?
Still? Yeah. Well, and we may be there.
2025 is the year, Bill.
Right. And we're drone geeks, right? And and we're excited about the industry and
Absolutely.
all the cool things. But as soon as we walk away from the floor, no one cares about the drone.
You're not wrong.
They care about the data it provides,
do.
the decisions it enables, the mission it performs.
Yes.
And we're not competing against other drones. We're competing against other ways of gathering that data or accomplishing that mission. And that's why we try to bring that clear-eyed insight and help people understand, like, okay, yes, this does really well at this one thing, but that's maybe not, scalable.
It's really funny because I was talking to my wife at breakfast about this, and because she started actually
Little romantic breakfast talk.
absolutely about the drone industry. Yeah, it's super, super sexy.
Yeah.
That being said, I thought she had a good point. And the point was that she was like, look, why do we care so much about the drone? Like, what is it? Like, look, it's a hammer, right? I've literally heard you say this over and over again. It's a hammer. No one hires a guy. Like, it's kind of like hiring the guy that comes to your door with a paintbrush and be like, can I paint your house? And you're like, no, get the hell off my lawn. Like, right. It's the same thing. It's the same similar feeling. It's like, man, I got this drone, y'all. Let's infinity me on. And you're like, no, like no one's going to hire a guy that walks up to their house with a paintbrush to paint their house or a hammer to finish their basement. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
So that same mindset is, I think, definitely something that this industry is getting wrong on the DSP side, because that's what they're doing. You're like, stop doing that, dum-dum. That is literally zero value. That's like saying it's like making fun of the Holiday Inn. Man, I may not be a doctor, but I stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night.
Right.
Like, that's literally what these people are doing, but like in real life,
yeah.
Like, you realize how dumb you look.
Yeah. And it's not that they're, unintelligent or
no.
But, I truly believe
well, how are they learning that then?
2 guys in a trailer concept for a DSP is going, especially as 108 professionalizes the industry.
Yeah.
We're going to see less than that.
Less.
There'll be a higher barrier to entry, which I think is good for the industry.
I think it's great.
We still have a lot of room to grow, even though we're, I've been doing it for 20 years, it's been fun watching. Fun, I guess, isn't the word, but it's been interesting watching the evolution.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, it has been a journey. If you want to, like my grandpa always said, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans, right? Like, hey, what do you think the industry is going to be like next year?
I had another guest that I thought it was actually really funny. It's like the audacity of people to call themselves drone experts. And I'm like, wait, tell me more, because I feel like you just hit me in the nuts a little. And he was like, no, look, the industry is still so new. I've literally heard you say we're at like 5%. So you're an expert of 5%. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, you're right. I'm not a drone expert. That's a good point. Like, that was humbling. And I'm like, wow. I mean, but that's also showcasing how much further we have to go.
Absolutely. I mean, we've grown geometrically over the last couple of decades.
Absolutely.
But we're still a nascent industry. Right? I mean, it's still, we haven't really begun to figure out all the applications of this technology.
Nope.
And not just the vehicle itself,
right,
but the data streams, the payloads. We still have people, making stuff up in, their garage labs and stuff, coming up with new and interesting ideas and applications. And that's why it's really exciting, I think, to be in this industry. We're still so small that we can all work together to like raise a rising tide raises all ships, right? I don't need to take from your piece of the pie for mine to be bigger. We can just help grow the pie together because we're still that small.
Nice.
The downside of that is we're still small enough that one bad actor can really make things difficult for the rest of us.
Oh, you're not wrong there.
And
nice.
And we won't name names, but
we're not going to name names.
No, we're not. But I hope people that are in the industry and newcomers look at that as hey, we're a community. We're still if you look at us relative many under other industries, we're still very new and still very small. And that's really exciting, I think.
I think that's amazing. Bill, this has been great.
Yeah, thanks,
I appreciate having you on the show.
Yeah.
And I think your insights are spot on. I think I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing your session this afternoon. I think it's going to be amazing. The group of people that you guys have on there is going to be, I hope the room fills up.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. But until the next episode, this has been the Do You Know Drone podcast. Your host, Jason San Souci, and my guest, Bill Daggett. Thank you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.
Thanks, Jason.